There was a stiff breeze blowing as the yachts lined up in Granton Harbour, ready for the weekend's racing. But these were but mild conditions compared with the storms that all but destroyed these boats earlier in the week. The race officers headed out into the Firth of Forth to test the wind and the waves, and concluded at first that both were too strong for competition, at least at the start of the day.
We had a huge amount of wind. The forecast was very strong winds. We had really exciting time out there. After we did eventually get out, we were delayed by 2 hours, but we had some fantastic racing while we were out there, and all of the classes got racing in sunny weather and strong winds. What's not to like? Dozens of sailing clubs on the river. The Fourth Yacht Clubs Association website will tell you all about all of those. And the Edinburgh is a large city. It's got a fantastic waterfront capability. And we've been sailing within, it takes 20 minutes to drive to the city centre to this venue.
Port Edgar Yacht Club also joined in when racing eventually took place in a melee of sails and spray. There's a popular misconception that sailing is for the elite, but the motto of the 4th Corinthian Club is affordable sailing for all.
Oh, it's yeah, there's rich guys that do it. I suspect we get more fun out of it because everything we do on the boats that we've struggled to buy in most cases is, how would you put it, it's cherished. If you spend a lot of money on the stuff on a boat, it's not cheap. If you spend a lot of money on something, you look after it because you couldn't afford to replace it. I mean, this boat that we're sitting on here is a joint ownership between Ed North and myself. We couldn't do it ourselves, singularly. We have to. The partnership allows us to have a reasonable boat at a reasonable cost.
What's really important to understand is that you can buy a boat now for £4,000 or £5,000. I mean, there's a group of boats out there that are racing the 707s, which you're buying second-hand for about £5,000 now for a complete boat that you can go racing in. That's the cost of a sort of a medium-sized second-hand car. And so I think it's pretty much within the realms of most people's budgets.
It is affordable sailing for all because we're very much a do-it-yourself club. We don't employ anyone unless we have to. It's something that requires a professional or there are certain skills that we don't have. We do it to keep costs down so that people can go sailing, and nobody who turns up at the Corinthian Club, whether they want to join or just want to sail, will be turned away.
The sponsors of the Edinburgh Regatta insist that their involvement comes mainly from their own love of the sport.
My whole family's sailed since we've all been at a very young age, up in Fintorn, up in the north of Scotland. It's just a great sport to be involved with. You get outdoors, you're not stuck inside, you get to meet great people. As a brand and as with Benromach, we want to try and target events where you have people who like doing outdoor events and actually like being slightly different and not just conforming to the norm that everybody else would be conforming to.
Benromach have been terrific in terms of attracting people in with a little bit of colour, a little bit of atmosphere, I suppose, to the event, and also helping us out with the advertising.
Strengthening winds and shortening days mean that this year's sailing season is all but over, but there are good memories to look back on over the long winter nights.